father was a king, the son became a meme. In October 2022, the son of Uganda's president threatened to invade a neighboring country by tweet. 2 weeks to take Nairobi. That was his promise, his battle plan, his declaration of war, not in a military command room, but on Twitter. In Uganda, when the father built a kingdom with rifles, the son prefers to conquer with hashtags. Welcome to the era of Crown Princes 2.0. Welcome to the Crown Prince syndrome. To understand the son, you must first know the father. Yoweri Museveni, president of Uganda since 1986, 39 years in power and still not tired. An African record of political longevity only surpassed by a few oil monarchs. Former Marxist guerrilla turned the West's favorite ally in the region, Museveni transformed Uganda. After the bloody years of Idi Amin and Milton Obote, he brought relative stability. The price? A facade democracy and increasingly personal power. Museveni governs as he fought, with discipline, authority, and an iron fist in a sometimes torn velvet glove. His style? Austere, military, calculating. A man who has survived all African political transitions since the Cold War. But even king's age, and at over 80 years old, the question of succession arises. Who will inherit the kingdom? The answer seemed obvious. His son, Muhoozi Kainerugaba. But when the father built his reign on military discipline and stability, the son prefers Twitter battles and instant controversies. Born in 1974, Muhoozi Kainerugaba grew up in the shadow of an already powerful father. Privileged education, international schools, then the prestigious Royal Military Academy Sandhurst in the United Kingdom. The classic path of a modern crown prince. His military career? A meteoric rise that some have nicknamed the Muhoozi Project. Lieutenant in 1999, General at 46, Commander of the Special Forces, then Uganda's Land Forces. And in March 2024, the crowning achievement, Chief of Defense Forces of the Ugandan Army. But the father-son relationship is complex. Museveni propels his son to the heights, while sometimes publicly disavowing him. Protection and punishment, promotion and demotion, this ambiguous ballet of a father preparing his succession while reminding everyone who is still the boss. In 2023, Muhoozi announces his presidential ambitions for 2026. The patriots for Muhoozi mobilize. The heir seems ready to ascend the throne. Then a reversal. In September 2024, he withdraws his candidacy and supports his father once again. Succession will wait. October 2022, Muhoozi is perhaps bored. So he tweets, "It would not take me more than 2 weeks with my army to capture Nairobi." The threat to invade Kenya, a neighboring and allied country, as the effect of a diplomatic bomb. The world is astonished. A General son of a president, threatens to invade a neighboring country. On Twitter, the father must intervene. Museveni apologizes to Kenya. Muhoozi is removed from his position as commander of the land forces, but promoted to 4-star general the same day. Punishment or promotion? With the Musevenis, the line is blurred. This was not an isolated incident. Support for Russia in the Ukraine war, comments on Tigrayan rebels, impulsive statements on regional politics. Muhoozi tweets faster than his shadow, and sometimes faster than his thoughts. The contrast is striking. On one side, a general in uniform, heir to a strict military tradition. On the other, a compulsive social media user who seems to tweet without filter or diplomatic advice. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde version 2.0. On the internet, Muhoozi quickly becomes a meme. The Twitter general, the prince of tweets, the keyboard conqueror. Kenyans, targets of his threats, respond with the most formidable weapon of the 21st century: humor and memes. But for political analysts, the situation is less amusing. A potential future leader who threatens invasion on Twitter, who communicates by impulse, concerns about regional stability grow. In Uganda, reactions are divided. His supporters see a modern direct leader who breaks the codes of traditional political communication. His detractors, a spoiled prince, impulsive, dangerous for the stability of the country and the region. Despite the controversies, or perhaps because of them, Muhoozi remains at the center of Ugandan politics. In January 2025, he quits Twitter, swearing never to return. 2 weeks later, he is back again. Some habits die hard, especially when you are a crown prince. The story of Muhoozi Kainerugaba is emblematic of our time. When sons of authoritarian leaders grow up in the social media era, the result is sometimes explosive. The father's traditional authority versus the son's digital impulsivity. When power is transmitted from father to son, what becomes of democracy? And when that son tweets faster than he thinks, what becomes of a country? Uganda may soon find out. In Uganda, the king built a kingdom with patience and authority. His prince builds. Controversies in 280 characters. Welcome to the Crown Prince Syndrome, where the inheritance of power collides with the inheritance of the times. In our next episode, Theodorin Obiang, son of Equatorial Guinea's president. When dad rules one of Africa's poorest countries, but Junior collects Lamborghinis in Paris.